On Monday, a new company called Cerabyte debuted, claiming that they will revolutionize the secondary storage market with ceramic, laser-etched storage on glass. This startup was founded in 2022 and came out of the University of Vienna. It's leveraging silicon etching technology and visible laser light to create petabyte scale storage that doesn't use magnetic media at all. The goal is to use common materials and components to make the technology cost effective. Now, I'm not going to lie, this sounds like some next level storage stuff to me. So, why don't we let the storage master take it from here? Stephen?
As you know, I am a storage nerd and kind of a storage fanatic. So I was thrilled to be able to get on the phone with the Cerabyte team for a pre-briefing last week. Let me tell you first off that there have been a lot of attempts to revolutionize storage technology over the years. I'm sure that you know how flash impacted hard disk. You may not know that there's continuing use of tape technology even today. And if you listen to the rundown, you probably know about the failure of Intel's Optane technology. Well, this isn't any of those things. This thing is entirely new. Well, in a way, it's not. As Cerabyte themselves would tell you, their inspiration came from stone tablets. That's right. They last forever. They use no power. They can't be modified, though they can be destroyed. And they have a lot of potential if you're able to etch your cuneiform markings using a industrial particle beam. No joke. Cerabyte's product is essentially, well, it looks like a tape library. It acts sort of like a tape library. It even uses LTO cartridges to hold a sheet of ceramic on glass that is etched using the same technology as in the semiconductor fabs. So there's a lot of cool things going on here. The first thing to note is that this thing actually looks practical, like it might actually work. So they're using the same semiconductor etching technology that already exists. In fact, they're kind of behind the curve intentionally on that stuff because that way they can leverage existing technology instead of having to invent all new heads, which is something that has plagued some storage technologies, including optical technology and so on in the past. They're also improving performance by being able to write in parallel, not just a few bits, but a ton, massively parallel writing using these semiconductor etchers, and they're able to read in parallel using the same technology used in microscopes. Another thing that's held back a lot of other recording technology is area, surface area. A lot of the time, new technologies have tried to fit a disk form factor, spin it around, and write linearly. Well, that really wastes a lot of areal density. And one of the reasons that tapes are so cheap, just in addition to the fact that the media is cheap, is that they run the media underneath the head so you can have a lot of surface area. Well, Cerabyte is actually using a full square of media within that tape-ish cartridge, which gives them a lot of precious density on which to write their data. So they have a lot of things going for them. But by far the biggest thing that they have going for them, or biggest things, is number one, as I said, this media is write once, full stop. You cannot modify it. It is literally holes etched on ceramic. So from a offline or data protection, data retention standpoint, it really, really is solid. You know, you're not going to be able to go back and modify the contents, though I guess you could destroy it. The other thing that's going for them is that it is actually fairly cheap, proven technology, even if their application of it is completely wild. So, you know, from a getting it to market standpoint, it might actually be able to work. In fact, the company is announcing on Monday, they announced that they actually have a prototype. I don't know if it's ready to go, but they're building a prototype that will hold about a petabyte or two in a rack, and that they're planning on scaling this to 100 petabytes in a rack by 2030. Now, the technology has gotten a lot of attention. As you can imagine, spies and military and people like that love the fact that it's impervious to electromagnetic pulse and hackers and all that sort of thing. It's also getting a lot of attention because it's very green. Essentially, it's inexpensive. It doesn't require a lot of power. You don't have to migrate things forward. It's pretty neat. Will it work? Well, I'm not going to guess whether it's going to work or not. It seems like it's got some potential. All I can say is I'm going to be watching the Cerabyte team very, very carefully going forward.
All right, thanks for that, Stephen.